Okay, welcome up. We're continuing in our series of uh, lists that will help us hopefully improve in our college endeavors. This one is the 10 Habits of Highly Effective College Students. Let's get right into it. Here's the intro. College is not a place to merely show up to and hope everything goes well without a plan or considerable groundwork. And while there, you best have some methods to help you attack one of the greatest challenges you'll have in life. Number one, have a chief aim. If you think a college degree is your chief aim or goal, you've missed the mark. A college degree is simply a neutral tool. You must work out beforehand, as specifically as possible, what the college degree will afford you. You need to know who you are. Briggs-Myers typology test will help you there. And I've talked about that in other videos several times before. Research where you want to work and what you want to do, knowing what you'll need to get there. So you have to do some planning. I want to be an accountant. First of all, I would say, why do you want to be an accountant? Is it really something that you want to do? Is it an intrinsic goal? Intrinsic goals are where the power is, meaning that you're going based on inner desires, needs, desires, talents, gifts, abilities, and so forth, right? The money will come, right? Or the prestige will come, if that's what you're looking for. Sometimes people or students just want prestige. What will sound good? Oh, to be a doctor or lawyer. Is that what you really want to be? Not really, but I want to have some respect. How about the money? Let's go to where the hot jobs are, STEM jobs, green jobs. Do you want to go into those fields? Are you good with math and science? No, I'm not, but the money's there. I'm going to go into accounting. Why? Because my mother and father are accountants. Well, not everybody's good at everything that their parents do, right? Or their sisters or brothers, right? Um, so you've really got to find your own path. And that's where the greatest achievement occurs. Um, going extrinsically, going to where the money is, or going to where the prestige is, or going to hot jobs, or whatever it may be. Um, you might find some success there, but the chances are slim. Greatest chance of success comes from going intrinsically. Are you intrinsically focused and motivated, right? Two, don't skip or be late. We're talking about college classes now. The best approach to class is to never skip or be late. Impossible, you say? Probably so, but in reaching for perfection, where you'll train yourself to strive to be the best. And after a while, you'll begin to feel a sense of accomplishment and pride. And your timeliness will become a habit, a skill that is most important in the workaday world. So that's one thing a lot of students don't think about. They just think about the knowledge. They don't think about the soft skills, or they don't think about the skills or the attitudes that they need to acquire in order to be a good employee, to be a good human, to be a good mother or father, or to be a good citizen or whatever, right? There are certain things you need to acquire outside of just knowledge and knowing stuff, right? So that is one important skill. And if you practice being on time, you'll start to develop those habits. You'll bring them into the workplace. You'll be on time. You'll be able to get things done, hopefully, potentially through the practice, get things done more quickly, more effectively, more efficiently, and so forth and so on. So it all works one on top of another, right? Number three, parse out the work. Most full-time students are busy. Most have a job or some other activity that takes up considerable time. If you're taking 4 classes or going full-time, you'll need to analyze what you need to do and how long it will take to do it. One semester I had to read some 200 pages, and it might have been more than that. I think at times it was 300 or 400. I learned quickly what the teacher wanted and where to find what he was looking for, skipping and skimming to success, right? So I didn't sit down. I didn't have the time. There's no way that I was going to read 300 pages or more and remember all that, right? And what am I looking for? And that's another problem. A lot of students don't study with an end game in mind. Why are you reading this? Not only, for the grade, but also for yourself, for your job, uh, maybe for personal need, a general need, out in the community with family and friends and whatnot, right? Why are you learning this stuff? These are questions that successful students ask. They don't just mindlessly, brainlessly do things that the teacher or the curriculum or anyone tells them to do. I mean, this is not a communist country. It's a free country, so you do have a right to choose. You have the freedom to choose, right? Number four, everything has its place. Learn how to be effective in the classroom while studying and even during downtime. The classroom is not a time to relax, but to listen attentively. The teachers will often tell you not only what's important, but how any changes or updates are come along that are not in the syllabus. Studying is also done effectively with a particular plan in mind. Even downtime can be used to your advantage. When I was attending school, I was working full time and going to school full time. So any downtime I had, maybe breakfast in the morning, or maybe at lunch, or maybe at the dentist office or the doctor's office, or maybe waiting for the bus, or waiting for a friend, or waiting for a ride, or whatever, right? I used that downtime effectively, right? Uh, Five, focus and work effectively. Speaking of effective, you've heard this before, but what's really behind being able to do so? Really comes down to going deep and finding what it is that makes you tick. This is another reason why you want to go intrinsic. Once you start going intrinsic, you are really beginning to get motivated. Going to the outside source as motivation, that's not going to last. That's not going to empower you. There's not a lot of energy there. It's weak sense operation, not strong sense operation. Once you tap into that and can find some work that exploits those basic inner needs, wants, and desires, that is where the focus lives. Find it and thrive. Believe me, most of what you need comes from getting motivated by finding those basic intrinsic abilities and desires and gifts and talents and needs and whatever else is inside you there, right? So go inside and find your success. Some notes here. We may all be created equal, but that's where it ends. Difference is learned and earned through planning, effort, focus, and concentration. If you want to rise above the fray, do more than 100%, do 200%, go ballistic, go nuts, go crazy. You're the creator of your success and limitations. Good point. Good luck. Okay, let's look at number 6. Be prepared. Things go awry. You will have setbacks, so don't be surprised. While in college, you may be let go from your job, taking focus from your classes. I had that happen to me. You find out you're not as prepared for college as you thought. I think that happens to everybody, or to most. There may be personal issues that arise that will take the wind out of your sails. Granted, some big issues can derail your plan, but the main focus should be to keep going, because the more you put it off, the harder it gets. If you keep resetting your plans, I'm just going to take off a month. Oh, I'm going to take off another month. Maybe I need a year here, and so forth and so on. There's almost always something that's going to derail you. I lost my job one time, and that really took a lot of wind out of my sails, and I didn't have a great semester. But I said, I'm not going to drop out. I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to keep moving forward. And I got a job, and I finished on time. Not only did I finish on time, but way before time. I was able to acquire my bachelor's degree and master's degree in 3.5 years. Granted, I had some classes I was able to transfer before I began working on my master's, but not that many, to be honest. So I was going more than full time. I was going 4 semesters a year, winter, summer, spring, fall, and just busting my tail, making a lot of sacrifices. Oftentimes, success isn't so much about what you do, but what you're willing to give up to get done what you need to get done, right? Number 7, do more than you're expected to do. Doing well in your classes, being attentive in class, handling assignments in on time, the whole 9 yards is very important. However, it's the rare student who goes the extra mile that makes things easier on themselves in the long run. Now is the time to take massive action. Put everything else on hold for a few years or more, because in the long run, it will pay off tenfold, right? So get it done now. Get it done as quickly as possible. You've got a life to live. You've got family, you've got friends, you've got maybe some vacation things you want to do, traveling. Maybe you do want to work out at the gym on a regular basis. You want to get back to that, right? So don't put your life on hold for too long, right? But in order to get stuff done, sometimes you do have to make sacrifices, and you do have to take massive action, meaning that you're working, 24/7, 365 sometimes. Uh, you probably do want some time off in there, some weekends and some days off and whatnot. But predominantly, especially when you're younger, and you have the energy, you do want to push yourself. There's no reason you can't do that. I have a friend who was taking like 17 units. He was working full time, going to school full time, and he graduated. He was almost always on the dean's list. Then he graduated and he got his lawyer's degree and doing well for himself. And getting a law degree in California, it's one of the hardest to do, one of the hardest to achieve, or the bar exam, I should say, one of the hardest to pass in the nation because of the fact that California is so litigious. Anyways, number 8, family, get support, don't go it alone. Family, friends, counselors, books, webinars, whatever is needed to get you there through the process and out the other side is essential. You will need support at some time. Also, don't forget your teacher. They not only can help you with the classwork, but also areas of college, other areas of college life as well. Don't be shy. It may harm you in the long run. Be bold and be strong, right? So the teachers are a great source. Maybe you're having emotional issues, maybe you're having motivational issues, maybe you're having academic issues. I don't know what it is, health issues, whatever it is. The teacher may not be able to directly help you effectively in all those areas, but they've got the resources. They can send you to places or departments or individuals who can help you. Right. Number 9, stay level-headed. Highs and lows come and go. You'll get a bad grade, miss an assignment, misunderstand an assignment, repress for time when a big paper exam is due. Don't worry. Bad things happen to good students, right? As long as you're pushing in the right direction and you're not slacking or hitting a rut, these things too shall pass, as I said before. This kind of refers back to, keep going. There are certainly things that will take you down, and you might have to take time off or drop out. That happened to me. I was pushing to go to college, and I went for about a year and a half, and I said, "Nah, I'm just not motivated," And it took me another 10 years before I really figured it out, or got motivated, And a lot of that motivation came from just me doing what I know I needed to do, and I stopped listening to other people, what parents and friends and family and society, your president or whomever is telling you, you know best, That's why you have to go inside. You have to be, go for that inner guru of you, right? Find that guru of you. 10, practice being perfect. No one is perfect, but there's always room for improvement. As I said, the room for improvement is the largest in the world, largest room in the world, largest room in any house, building. The key is not to be a perfectionist, but a realist. No one's going to be able to do everything all the time or know or do everything, but to work in that direction with a good sense of your failed humanity. I like that one. With a good sense of your failed humanity is a great tool to utilize throughout life. So we all have our shortcomings. We are all imperfect. None of us are 100% effective all the time. Our focus, our abilities, our energy, whatever comes and goes, it wanes and it, builds and falls. So you've got to be realistic with yourself. Be a little, gentle with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, and maybe you can pass on that to others. The golden rule, treat others the way you wish to be treated. Finally, going to college for 4 years and graduating in the upper 10 percentile is not easy, but that's probably where you want to be. More and more people graduate with a college degree every day. How you will separate yourself from the average unemployed grad, harsh reality there. Here's 10 good places to start. So you do need to separate yourself, differentiate yourself. There are more and more people graduating with bachelor's degrees. They're almost being a glut on the market. There's actually more people out there with degrees than there are jobs that require degrees. And I think that's why one of the reasons why within 5 to 10 years, 70% of grads are no longer working in a field related to their major. I think that's part of it, right? So keep that in mind. Keep learning, keep studying, keep reading, keep learning about, the work environment, keep learning about college, what it is and what it isn't, what it will and won't give you. All this information is very, very important, right? I remember you've heard that phrase, reading is fundamental, learning is essential, knowledge is critical. But what kind of knowledge? Trivial pursuit knowledge? No, you want to acquire knowledge that is going to be effective and useful for you. All right. Anyways, that's it for now. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you for the next video. Take care.